Hey everybody, welcome back to Messenger Mike channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Just wanted to cover part 3 of the top 25 end time signs that point to the return of Jesus Christ. So here we go. Number 18 is lawlessness is rampant. You know, you've got people breaking into stores, stealing whatever they want. You know, the jails are so overcrowded right now, it's not even funny due to the lawlessness. And that's just what is caught, you know. So lawlessness is rampant. That's number 18. Another end time sign we can be aware of is we're about to transition from the 6th day of the millennial week into the millennium. So if you go back and count the ages of the people in the Bible, you will arrive that we're about 6,000 years after creation. So it's interesting that we're about 6,000 years, and then God said if one day is like 1,000 years and 1,000 years is like a day, that, well, if you take that literally, you could say that creation took 7 days to create, right? So on the 6th day, God finished everything, and then on the 7th day he rested. So the millennium period, the 1,000 years after the tribulation, is viewed as the that one day of rest, if you will. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, you're transitioning from the 6th day to the 7th day. Anyway, that 6th day, if you will, happens to be the 6,000th year, and we are on the cusp of that right now. Number 20 end time sign, the destruction of Damascus. You know, Israel has already been bombing Damascus here lately. It is not exactly in 100% ruins. Damascus is not in a good state right now, but the Bible does say that Damascus will become a ruinous heap one day, and which has not happened yet, but it seems like that's potentially going to happen soon. The parallel of the death of the Queen and Methuselah. So this is number 21. So there's an interesting parallel. You can research it for yourself. But Methuselah, which was the oldest living person in the Bible, he lived to be 969 years old. Okay, so Methuselah, his name, he was actually the grandfather of Noah. So Noah's grandfather Methuselah, his name means his death shall bring, or you could say his death shall bring the flood. And so it was a 7-day warning, if you will, to when the flood was going to occur back in Noah's day. And so those 8 people were saved: Noah, his son Shem, Ham, Japheth, and their wives. Okay, so a lot of people can see a parallel between the Queen's death. Okay, she reigned 70 years, the oldest living monarch, the oldest, right? You know, Methuselah was the oldest. Anyway, there's a neat parallel that's saying, hey, could it be possible that this is a warning to us that that the Queen's death is a warning that might start the tribulation period or the return of Christ? So something to think about. I find it interesting. Number 23, the Feast of Trumpets, is the next feast to be fulfilled on the very day. So you had, for example, Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, Pentecost, you know, those feasts. Another word for feast is the appointed times, known in the Bible as the Moed, or the plural form is the Moedim. So the appointed times, anyway, right around the corner, beginning actually this weekend and going until the middle of the next week, based upon whenever they sight the new moon. Each new month in Israel is based upon the sighting of the new moon, the crescent. And so anyway, number 22, we have the Feast of Trumpets coming down the pike, and all the other appointed times were fulfilled on the very day. So a lot of people are thinking that, is it possible, hey, that the Feast of Trumpets could be fulfilled with the rapture? Also, I ask that you research this on your own, but the Feast of Trumpets there's a lot of wedding language when you research the Bible about the Feast of Trumpets, and it's supposed to be the wedding day of the Messiah. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Interesting language with the times that we're seeing now. Number 24, there are signs in the sun, moon, and stars. You know, one of the first verses in Genesis actually says, hey, in a nutshell, pay attention to the sun, moon, and stars. You know, not from an astrology perspective. Astrology can have some pagan roots, but from an astronomy perspective, just merely viewing the sun, moon, stars, and what they signify can have some significant meaning as far as foretelling the future, even telling the past. There's certain computer programs like Stellarium you can use. You can actually see that signs in the sun, moon, and stars correlate to historical events. It's really interesting. Number 25, companies are promoting cashless payments. You know, you've got that that end times agenda where I think the idea is to get everyone on a cashless society. You know, and you're starting to see more companies, more and more. Starbucks, for example, even I think McDonald's is beginning to do it, requesting cashless payments, or either outright saying they will no longer accept cash, going cashless from here on out. So I find that as an interesting end time sign that sets up for the tribulation period. And then here's a bonus, if you will, just trying to keep the video short. The bonus, we'll call it number 26, is the division of Israel. This literally just happened. I caught word of it last Wednesday. They were saying that the Israeli Prime Minister Lapid was going to speak before the United Nations on Thursday and say that they're basically ready for the two-state solution. So essentially, this is dividing Israel. If you look at the division of Israel from a historic perspective, nothing ever comes good of dividing, trying to divide God's land. So with that being said, you know, you've got the Feast of Trumpets coming around. A lot of people think that the rapture could possibly occur during this time. It's just interesting that everything is lining up for the third temple to be built. Everything is lining up for there to be war in Israel, so that once there's the war, okay, so you have war, then you have peace, right? So there's a war that's going to be coming up in Israel that will require peace to be made, and then there's that 7-year peace treaty that the Antichrist will sign. I know some of this can be kind of heavy, but we need to be aware of it. So just wanted to leave that with you today, that the division of Israel is certainly an end-time sign that we need to be aware of. A lot of people are not keeping up with what's going on, and I think we need to pay attention to these things. So, like I said, wanted to keep the video short, but I'll leave you with this, our closing verse, as we always close with. I wish you guys the very best. I hope you have a great week. If I can ever help you with anything, please reach out to me, message me. Number 6, 24 through 26. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen to that. I just love that verse. I just want to say, hey, thank you for watching Messenger Mike channel. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and leave me a message or a comment. Just want to leave you with these 25 end-time signs that point to the return of Jesus Christ. And thanks again.